Good morning, everybody. We're back over here. Robert's going to get the 350 going. Looks like they got a good pile of logs stacked up yesterday. Doesn't look like it rained too much last night, but it's still pretty wet. I don't know if they want to try to get any log trucks out today or not. I don't know. It's a dang mess up here. But the burn piles did burn down decent. I think what I'm going to do is try to rake through those and maybe combine all the ashes and everything into one pile. We'll kind of sort through that and then kind of rake that out. The owner's getting very eager to start disking this up. He wants to plant sunflowers for dove season, and I know time is ticking on that, so he's got his tractor here and he's eager to get going on that. It's just the weather has not been very nice for it, so we'll try to at least rake through that and scatter those ashes out, and probably later on today do the same for this one. And then this section right here will pretty much be done, and we'll go back to the back and kind of see what all else we can start raking up and stumping back there. I really would like to get the fire going, but he parked the skidder like 75 feet from where the ashes are blowing. Let's see how well this is gonna work. I'm gonna take the 350 here and try to rake these ashes out. I've already kind of picked through the big stuff. Gotten that out of there. I'm hoping we kind of scatter this out and about. It'll soak up into the mud a little bit, maybe calm down on the dustiness a little bit. So I picked through all the big chunks and I got Robert taking them up there to the other burn pile. We'll restack it and get it back going. This out and get engulfed in dust. Just be dandy, they said. One of those things you just kind of can't see what you're doing. You just kind of got to go by feel here. Get this spread out, and like I said, maybe it'll soak up a little bit of moisture and or rain on it or something. Now we got steam because I dug through the ashes and got into the clay that was below the pile, and obviously it heated it up. Now we got steam. So he's turning this into kind of agricultural land. So I'm going to rake this out and he can disc it all in, and it'll kind of help the dirt a little bit. Most time I don't have the opportunity to do this because people want a yard and they don't want any of those sticks and stuff left. But if he's gonna disc it all up, it's not really gonna matter. And hopefully it'll help this nasty red clay grow something. Steamy, steamy. If it soaks up enough moisture, I can run over this later with the D6 and the rake and kind of spread it out a little bit better, and also maybe get a few more sticks out of it. We'll just have to wait and see. So I got most of the ashes spread out. Another little pile sitting here burning. I'm gonna go jump on the dozer and start kind of raking through this for him. It's just a lot faster than trying to pluck through that with this big machine. So yeah, let me go check the fuel in the D6 and start doing a little pushing. We'll probably take both dozers and kind of blade through that and push all that mess to the back there a little bit later today. we have def issues on the 220. Though she's down for the count, hopefully it resets. We shut her down. We'll see what happens. I've already turned it into service, so that's why I bought the extended warranty. But that kind of puts us in a pickle right now for getting stuff done. I got Robert on the D6. We're going to start raking through this. I'm going to jump on the D7 and start pushing that pile up there to the back. We'll see what we can do to try to get this section right here leveled out. So Robert put the stumper back on the 350 for me while I was knocking that down. It doesn't rain tonight. We might bring the Komatsu dozer over here tomorrow to kind of run over that. We'll just kind of see how the weather goes. If it rains on us, it's just going to be a big muddy mess. So we shall see. So I'm going to go over here and start stumping this section over here. We did let the other excavator reset, so maybe whatever def issue it had figured itself out. Maybe it's just a sensor reading something wrong, but I reached out to the dealer and they are aware of it and put me on the list. So well, hopefully it'll stay together and we can keep working here. Well, the mechanic Cameron got the machine back going in about 30 minutes. And Robert's already back on that. I think he likes running the 220 better than the dozer. Because he surely didn't jump back on the dozer when the excavator was fixed. It does do a better job sorting through this mess and stacking it up. So 350 does the main work and 220 comes behind and cleans it up. It's just a lot more nimble and it's a whole lot easier to grab stuff. I mean, the rake on this excavator works really good for grabbing big piles of stuff, but trying to clean up this stuff, it's just, this machine's too big. But it is perfect for stumping and moving dirt, so can't be great at everything. Kevin's over there working on his excavator. I think a tree got the saw bar and broke all the bolts out of it, so they're currently getting those dug out of there and replaced. So they're a little bit down for the count right now, which is fine because once he comes up here, they're probably going to need to stage all the trees right here where I'm stumping. So it's giving me a chance to get all this cleaned up for them. Which literally since lunch I have stumped from all the way up there to over here, so knocking it out pretty quickly. Which with this machine, with these two machines running, you should be able to do 1.5 acres a day, no problem. And when we do get focused on it and have a good productive day, that seems to be what we average. That stumping, come in there, get the brush out, stump it, and run back over with the dozer, knock it down. Last couple of times we've done it, that's about what we've averaged. So I'm happy with that. And then at the end we'll come back and we've got to burn and blade over it one more time to kind of help level it up a little better. Get off the stumper. Well, I think he got his issue fixed. I see the excavator moving again, so that's always a good sign. We'll know more when we see a tree fall down and the excavator stay working. Kind of keep fishing through here and find some more stumps and work on plucking them out of the ground. I'm just going to push this brush over here to the wood line for now and get it out of the way. And once he cuts that, we'll just finish cleaning that up then. Well, I should feel lucky because the dealer's here to work on the 220, so let's go over here and see what he's got and see if he can get it back going for us. It's not too bad. It broke at 10 o'clock and he's here at 2 o'clock. Good service from Ascendum. Well, he's going to replace the entire def armature on there. He said in 30 minutes should be good to go. So I'm gonna go back here and dig up some more stumps. I think we got some rain coming. Unfortunately, nothing I can do about it. Oh, people's asked me about this little screen right here. Pretty much all it is just kind of a grade control. You can see, you can set your elevations, all that jazz, but not really set up for stumping. But one day when I do some dirt work, I can explain it a little bit better. Making progress though. Well, the 220 didn't make it far before the error came back up, so hopefully they'll call me back soon and let me know when they can come fix it. I'm sure it'll be next week, being Friday. But at least we got the 350 and some other equipment, so we do have stuff to make progress with. Robert's on the D6. He is taking everything that I'm stumping and pushing it over there to a pile. So it's not ideal. I mean, it's ideal on getting it to the pile, but it's not ideal for the process there, because now I'll stump and then I'll have to put the grafter rake back on to stack the burn pile up. But hey, it could be worse. Could be the only machine on site and we would be completely dead in the water, so gotta be grateful for what we got. They are cutting the trees in the far back and dragging them up here. This is a very big stump. Quite the tree right here. I'm dreading this other one over here. It's like 3 or 4 of these groups together. This would be a nightmare on the 220. Let's see if I can do the old split this thing in half a little bit. Nope. This does make for a very long day when you have big stumps like this and you can't pop them right out. anything like that other one. It had like 8-foot deep taproot on it. That stump has 86,000 pounds pulling against it. I got it now. Alright, I'll knock that down and we'll rake through it with the dozer. Now we get to start on that great big wad of stumps right there.
Everything considering, I'm happy with the progress today. We got everything stumped from the pile over up to that tree, all the way through here and around, and everything bladed off over here. Bladed off and pushed down here, so I'm gonna make a couple more passes. Looks like the rain is unfortunately coming in, so we'll have to call it a day.